Hey, Catherine, got your work up. So I thought, oh yes, I do. Got your work up right here. This is good. It's a good piece, definitely. Good, great job following the template. A couple of comments. Um, so boy, remember in the video I was saying it's really tough to try to put type in such a intricate piece with so many visual embellishments going on. It's really difficult. Now, one of the things I think is happening here is I kind of thought this was going to happen. Now, this is a pretty good match for this type. I think you've got some nice embellishments here that very nicely mimic a lot of the hard lines in the actual illustration itself. So I'm okay with the type. I think with such a short um, um, amount of type, the quote is so short that you can get away with this kind of uh, decorative typeface. But the one thing that I'm not real sure if this is working. I don't think this part is working. It's the way that you have this center aligned. And the reason is that your center alignment kind of creates these, without adjusting it, these large spaces between words. And right now, this doesn't read like a phrase, like a quote. It reads like a series of individual words. And I think that we should try to address the cadence on this. So instead of saying, and when a design is completed, it should seem natural and obvious. Do you see what I'm saying? Try to break this up. And when a design is completed, comma, it should seem natural and obvious, period. It should look like it has always been this way, and it should last. Do you see what I'm saying? See how those breaks are more natural than, even if you break at the end of each line, it's still, and when a design is completed, it should seem do you see what I'm saying? Again, let me read that again. And when a design is completed, comma, it should seem natural and obvious. So that could be 2 lines. And when a design is completed, it should seem natural and obvious. Next line. It should look like it has always been this way. Next line. And it should last. Do you see what I'm saying? So, and then what I would do is I would probably right align this to get rid of those spaces. At the very least, at the very least, if it might look a little wonky, right, left align. Try it, see how it looks. But at the very least, I would take this Roger Black, and I would reduce the size, and I would bring it right over here, because right now it's the only thing differentiating it is a little bit of color shift from the type. So I would completely reduce the size of that. The viewer will see it. It doesn't have to be so pronounced. Just get that about that bigger, so right down there in the corner. And then the only other thing is I think that the brown background, I'm not real sure. Did you sample it out of here? I think it's a good choice. I think it's a good idea. I think it's a really good idea that you got colors out of the illustration for your type. That's smart. I'm wondering if this piece couldn't be just a little bit lighter. The background, I mean. Think about it. Try it. Other than that, you are right in there. It's a fabulous piece. I totally get it. I understand. We don't have time to illustrate stuff like this. I mean, it would be great if we could, but it would be great if we could. But I mean, you're showing that the logical connections that we're trying to make here in being a history class, history and analysis. So great job. So if you have any questions, give me a holler. Thanks. Good job.